Hello, and welcome to another video. So today I just thought I'd make a short one, just talking about the PlayStation 5 price hikes for the Pro, the digital PS5, and the base PS5 in Australia. So we've got an article here from Press Start, which I'm just using to show as evidence to support, um, just to share this information because I noticed that a lot of the big YouTubers, they're all from America, which makes sense. So for those in Australia who are not sure what the prices are, um, it's a big jump. So in Australia today, the base PS5, which was 829, is now basically $1,000. The digital one only is about 920 bucks from 749. The Pro is now going to be essentially $1,400 from about 1,200, and then the Portal is going from 389 is to 389 from 329. I'm going to be honest, I'm not incredibly impressed by these increases. PlayStation are, giving the same old line of market conditions and all these other things and all that. I think we need to be honest here about why these price hikes are happening. Um, this is just my opinion. I think they're raising the prices for a couple of different reasons. The first off is because they can. Simple as that. They want more money from their fan base, and they know that PlayStation fans will just pay it. I think that's a big part of it. I think it comes down to that they know GTA 6 is coming out this year, and there is because it's only available on consoles at launch, so you can only play it on Xbox or PlayStation. Sony know there's already a narrative out there that the PS5 Pro is the best place to play, will be the best place to play it. They're expecting, I think, a lot of people to buy a PS5 Pro so they can play GTA 6. And I think they fully expect that, well, if we increase the price, people will just buy it because they don't want to be, oh, you don't want to be one of those people playing GTA 6 only on a base PS5 or an Xbox. Like, oh, that would be horrible. So I think that's a big part of why they've increased it as well. Um, I think I think another reason they've increased it is because now they're taking their games away from PC. They're no longer doing PC ports. And I think by them doing that, then by them taking that money away, we're talking about, I don't know what the exact figures are, but like, what, 3 million in sales, 4 million in sales from those games. That money, PlayStation just gonna just say buy to 3 million, 4 million bucks. They're gonna be like, well, that money has to come from somewhere. Where's it gonna come from? And I think they know. They're like, well, we're just gonna charge our audience more. So the PlayStation 5 players are the ones who are going to suffer because now they have to buy a console at these prices, and they've increased the games. Their exclusives are going only up and up in price. As we know now, they've done dynamic pricing for some of their games, and now they're basically, instead of using it to give the PlayStation players a better deal, they're using it to increase. Like Sarrows comes out at the end of the year, and if we go to Google and go, hopefully I get this right, Sarrow PS5 store. All right, so this is the PS Sarah's from the PlayStation Store in Australia. If you click on the game, this is to buy it digitally, the standard digital version. As you can see, for the standard version, they want $124, well, really $125 Australian to buy it digitally, which I just think is a joke. And like, if we go to Amazon and go, I'm probably spelling it wrong. That's not what I'm looking for. PS5. Like, again, you can, yeah, so if you go to Sarah's and you try to buy it from them on Amazon, it's $100 to get it physical. Which again, like, makes no sense. Why would you I just don't understand why PlayStation would, like, why not just charge players the same price for physical that digital? Even digital should be cheaper because it's less overhead for them. But again, it's just PlayStation being PlayStation. I think this stuff really just comes down to the fact that the PS4 generation was incredibly, um, what's the right word? It was incredibly player focused and consumer focused, and they were doing everything they could to be a very friendly to the consumer. And that's why PS4 next to PS2 is probably the best generation that they have had in a very long time. And they were able to beat out Xbox. Now, Xbox made some really poor decisions during that cycle, but they were able to get to where they are now based on those decisions. The problem is PlayStation need competition. When they don't have competition, they make really dumb decisions. And the PlayStation PS5 generation has been a very bad generation for PlayStation. And you might think, well, but they've had all these exclusives and they've been successful. It's like, yeah, they have been. But the other thing you need to remember is a lot of those exclusives they've had have just been breaking even to make up for the fact that they have been losing heaps of money on their live service offerings. Concord, we don't need to talk about that. We know what that was. Like, there's multiple other ones that didn't even make it to market, and the ones that they have made to market haven't been successful. They've got Helldivers too, but that was more of a fluke than anything else. And then the only other one they've really got is Marathon, and Marathon, while doing okay, is not doing the numbers that PlayStation wants. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see any, that game doesn't grow in players, and we're not going to see it go up. So PlayStation is just hemorrhaging money when it comes to their live service offerings, and the exclusives are only barely making up for it. So PlayStation is just losing money. So from their perspective, it's like, well, how are they going to make more? They refuse to put the games on Xbox, so they're not going to make it up from Xbox players. They have decided to move away from PC and putting games on Steam, meaning that they're not going to go to the PC market, which is the biggest market for all gaming by millions. It's like it's not even close. They're just sticking with their PlayStation audience, which is fine. But the problem is those people are already buying it. Like they can't grow. Like, yes, the PS5 is selling well, incredibly well. But the problem is the people who are buying the PS5 are the people who bought the PS4, meaning that the audience for that console isn't going up. It's all staying the same. It's all stagnating, which is fine. Like it is what it is. And if Sony are happy with that, then it's okay. But everything I'm seeing is suggesting that they're not happy with it, that they want real growth and they're just not going to get it. And they can try to hold their exclusives all, captured on the PS5 and have it. PlayStation is the only place to play Sony games. And they can do that if they want, but they're not going to make money. If anything, they're going to lose money because, well, they're just losing PC sales. And it's really unfortunate. And I feel like if they had invested in PC properly and gone into the space and really done what they needed to do to get PlayStation PC people on board, they could have made millions of more dollars. But in the long run, they're not. And it is what it is. As someone that likes PlayStation, and I do really enjoy my PS5, I just wish they treated us better and made a much better platform. Because to be honest, the PlayStation platform's a bit dog shit in the sense of pricing, what it provides, options, all these things that PC just offers way better. And the thing that people I feel like, don't fully understand is PlayStation doesn't really care about their exclusive selling because it's guaranteed money and they know they're going to sell. What PlayStation really want is they want to make sure that you're buying Fortnite, you're buying Roblox, or you're buying or Path of Exile, like microtransactions, Call of Duty, all of those like big games that gets massive player numbers, that you're all buying them on the PS5. And the problem is everything I'm seeing is more and more people are moving away and they're all migrating to PCs. Because for these prices, a console is no longer just affordable. And at this point, if you're going to invest all this money just for a console that is going to upscale and isn't giving you true real 4K, you may as well just jump into PC. because I just think exclusives are not enough of a reason for you to buy a PS5 only, especially when, like, in Australia, the PS5 Pro is now $1,400, where I could probably buy a high end. I could buy a PC, maybe not high end PC, but a PC for 1,500 that is going to perform better and give me better visuals. And unless you're a hardcore fan of exclusives, I just don't think the benefit is there. And I just don't think PlayStation have released a really banger exclusive in a long time. Now, don't get me wrong, like Ragnarok was good, Ghost of Tsushima was good, Returnal was alright. Like, they haven't had bad exclusives. I just think there's been nothing there that's really like, yes, this is amazing. But it is what it is. I really hope that PlayStation wake up and look at what's going around and figure out a proper solution to their problem, but I don't think they will. I think what's more likely to happen is over the coming next 2 years, PlayStation are not going to be putting any of their games on PC. I think they are going to do this for the next 2 to 3 years. I think they're going to see loss in revenue. I think they're going to have hardware sales going down. I think the interest in the PS6 will go down. I think their exclusive sales will go down because they're going to keep increasing the prices. And then I think they're going to lose a lot of sales. And then they're going to go back to PC and start putting their games on PCs. And I know the fanboys won't love this. I think they'll get to that point where they put the PCs down day and date. Because the other problem they haven't thought about is when they delay the game by 2 years on PC, people don't want to pay full price for that game. The game is 2 years old at that point. The industry moves really fast. So if they want to keep up, they probably need to bring those games like Wolverine, like Saros, their exclusives day and date to PC if they want to be selling it for full price. And as we know with PlayStation, they love their full price sales. It is what it is, and I hope they can get their shit together and figure it out. But I don't think we're going to see any real meaningful changes for PlayStation, for the brand, for the company in probably for another 2 to 3 years. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Xbox can move in and make some changes on their end and grow. And capitalize where PlayStation is dropping the ball. But we won't find out for another couple of years. And to be honest, Xbox aren't any better, so they probably won't do this any better for their consumer base either. But I guess we'll see what happens. And all this does is confirm to me that if you're on the fence about a console, honestly, Gabe's coming along with a Steam machine or coming along with Steam Deck or even just a gaming PC. And I think the more we go forward, the more and more people are going to start to convert, and we're going to see more and more people move into the PC market. And I say, come join. The water's good, the water's nice, and I think PC and Steam is just the way to be. There's just so many upsides, and I think we're just going to keep seeing the PC platform continue to grow, and I love to see it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up here. It's been going far too long. I hope you enjoy the video. If you like it, please leave a comment, leave a like, tell me about it. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion. I'd love to hear it. Tell me if there's any recommendations or advice you can give me with my videos as well. I'd love to hear that too. Feedback is always positive. That's how we grow and we get better. Something that PlayStation could learn a thing or two from. But anyway, we'll leave that there. Anyway, I'll see all you guys in the next video. Thanks.